let's do a second car talk because I think I have the video space for it. Yeah. So, what should we talk about? This one's probably only gonna be like 8 minutes or so because I should get home by about 7. I like Arby's. Actually, I've never been to Arby's. I shouldn't say that. I like the idea of having Arby's. I've never been able to go to Arby's. I should just go, you know? Next time, okay, because I missed it this time, but I'll probably go tomorrow to get Arby's. After work. If there's not food at home. Yeah. Great car talk. Yeah, so I'm just talking about like how I used to work at IHOP and the problems with IHOP. And honestly, you know, fast food's like definitely a great starter job in my opinion. Because you meet a lot of adults who are kind of at rock bottom. So it kind of sets you up for knowing what happens if you make mistakes, you know. So like, what do you think happens if you mess up enough, you know? Basically, you end up going to jail for something like petty theft. And then when you get out, you're old. You have good skin because you've been in jail all the time, but, you know, you don't like your life. You have a ton of tattoos. You probably have a drug problem. And your only job is working as a chef at a kitchen, you know? And that's just how it goes. And then, you know, young, innocent people get to see you and be like, wow, you suck, you're terrible. Seriously. I mean, you know, no one over 18 who's competent works at IHOP. Well, it's a rare thing to find, I think. Yeah, if you're a competent person, you should just get a better job. That's what I did, you know. When I turned 18, actually, when I graduated high school, like, the first thing I did was go find a factory job. You know, and that was fun. Well, as much fun as work can be. I actually ended up designing a robot to do the factory job. So this car talk sounds like a vlog. Yeah, it didn't work out though, because I had to go to college. Sometimes it feels like my life goes by too fast and I don't have enough time to work on projects. Because I actually have a ton of projects I like to work on, and like here's the problem. I know that if I start a project, it's unlikely I'll ever get the time to finish it, especially if it's like a deadline-based project. Like the only projects I've ever actually been able to finish, you know, were like a robot and some books. You know, those were the only projects I was ever able to finish. And even the books thing is kind of taking a hiatus because it's just too much going on. I mean, usually what would happen is I would write my books incrementally in the free time I had. Or like, not like in the free time, but like I'd write them on my iPad like while I wait for class to start or something. Yeah, but I don't really have that option anymore, so. Like, here's something I noticed, you know, like, you go to class like 10 minutes early, let's say. For me, it's usually like 20, 30. And you see all these people on their phone, and you just think, you know, they do that every single day. And imagine if they spent 20 minutes working towards a goal, you know. They could probably get to that goal within a short amount of time. Or, not a short amount of time, but they could get to that goal within that time span that they're waiting around. And so I really hate the tiny weights the most, I think. Like the big weights, you can usually find... Oh, there's sirens. Why? I don't know if you can see that, but it's blinking on the wall. Police siren or ambulance or something. Let's see what it is. Oh, there you go. Pull it over. Car. You know, they won't give illegal immigrants fines for driving without a license in Colorado. I mean, some cops might, but I don't think yeah, they don't really do that. But they give American citizens fines for driving without a license. I think it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I kind of go back and forward on the illegal immigration a lot. But I think ultimately, stopping large amounts of illegal immigration is an important thing to do. Yeah. Like, small amounts of legal immigration you can handle quite easily. Just like surprise extra immigrants, but large amounts, it's like has serious effects. Yeah, and especially in a country like America, getting immigrants from like Mexico. I mean, like if we got like large, okay, like let's say like the immigrants that go to Europe, from like not the immigrants, what are they called, refugees. Let's say like the refugees that go to Europe from Africa, if we got those numbers of refugees coming to America, there'd be riots. Like, people would not tolerate it. They would hate it so much. Yeah, it's actually, if you go talk to like a southern conservative girl, they hate refugees so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, sometimes I almost think it's too much, But like Mexico's like a place where they actually like have kidnappings and hold people for ransom. Like you get that for like the lottery winners in America. You don't get that for like your neighbor. Like no one expects that amount of crime in America. Yeah. I don't know. I sometimes worry about like we get like sub societies that evolve really rapidly. Like Detroit comes to mind, or like any like gang heavy area comes to mind. And that obviously needs to be like fixed and thwarted. I mean, like I hate the thought of having to fend off a gang so much, or like I hate the thought of accidentally like going into gang territory and getting shot. Like I read the story about this guy in the 90s who he accidentally pulled into like a gang. What's it called? Not roundabout. Cul-de-sac. He pulled into like a cul-de-sac owned by a gang, and they don't own it. Americans own it, and we should patrol it. Have our own cops and say, "Hey, this is ours. This isn't yours." But no, the gangs got it, and yeah, they shot the guy and his baby and everything. It's terrible. I mean, like, how do those things even work? Like, do they pay rent to, like, a landlord? Or do they own the land? Or, like, who? Does no one own the land? They just all live there? Like how does, like, a house full of, like, gang members, I need to learn more about gangs. It just sounds ridiculous, And I think it's natural for, like, humans to form gangs and kind of, like, small gangs, that's just like a natural thing to do for tribal humans, should it be like for modern civilized humans? I don't know, I guess maybe people never really get civilized or something. They just go through like the school system and learn terrible stuff and then drop out early, start killing people. I think a lot of people get forced in the gangs though, so. But like, there was like a great, I shouldn't call it great, actually. Okay, so there's like a Fox News anchor host. I'm trying to remember her name. She's blonde. She's actually kind of annoying. I don't know. Actually, I don't really like a lot of the people on Fox News. Like the individual hosts. I think they're just so over the top and stupid, I mean, okay, even Tucker Carlson, who I respect because he's actually a fairly knowledgeable guy, he can kind of come off as just terrible. But no, especially like, what's her name? It's like Trisha. God, I hate Trisha so much. No, but yeah, the one blonde one, I forgot her name. Think of like a white mom, basically. Yeah, so her, she she got like gang members on her thing, and they talked about it. And they're like, it's not cool to be part of a gang, And God, it's so terrible that we have this going on in America, Like, no one should tolerate gangs, ever. You know, like, it's not like it's difficult for like law enforcement to figure out where the gangs are, you know, and then like I guess the tricky part is like going and getting gangs. But, like you look at like how they busted up a lot of the gangs in Los Angeles, you know, they got like the federal law enforcement there, you know, and they all came in with big vans and just kind of dug it out, you know. Yeah, I don't think there's too many gangs in America anymore. I mean, I think you probably still got them in like Los Angeles, of course, and definitely in areas like Detroit. I don't know, maybe they just need like a better outlet for taking out their anger or something, or they need to grow up. I mean, like, gang members are immature people, you know. They're gonna kill me now. Whatever, bring it, you know. Honestly, if I can, I would want to have a gun, you know, and be able to defend myself. So, I'll probably do that if I ever move to a city like Los Angeles. Well, Los Angeles has gun laws. God, what a paradox. The one place where you need a gun, you can't have it.